right, people, welcome back. I'm Dave, and this is Save America, Vote Tulsi Gabbard. No, not Joe Biden, Tulsi Gabbard. Uncle Joe is in, as you know, and as a way to celebrate Uncle Joe's entry into the presidential primary, we here over at Tulsi Incorporated have decided to donate more money to Tulsi Gabbard. And if you're a Bernie fan and you're coming over here, I'm okay with you donating to Bernie. Try to throw a few bucks in Tulsi's direction, though. Look, folks, I get it. What this does today, again, is shift it away from progressive candidates. Or from, you know what? I'm tired of calling them progressive candidates. What I want to call them is people-oriented candidates. Something, and we really need to work on branding and attaching the proper, because tell me, what's progressive about healthcare? It's just healthcare. I don't know why it's a progressive idea to have healthcare. What's progressive about ending regime change wars? Don't know. It's a word, progressive. I'm making progress. It's actually going back to what the founders wanted to do, so it's almost regressive, isn't it? I mean, seriously. And you could go through these issues and you could say, well, what about the prison situation, the criminal industrial complex, and so forth? Yeah, we didn't lock up as many people years ago. For some reason, we didn't. You can thank Bill Clinton's crime bill for that. Read Thomas Frank, and you'll get the full picture of what that did to the country. And it put this criminal industrial complex trajectory in place. So that's why we are where we are today. And you can go through all these issues. I just don't like the word because the word has a connotation to me. Because I come from the right. Just like conservative has a connotation, progressive has a connotation. Although I'd have to say conservative fares better in most what they call focus group testing and so forth. And the only reason I say to rebrand is because you want truth in advertising. Okay, so what's progressive about prison reform? What's progressive about, you could go through all of them, and I would say, it's people-oriented stuff. So Bernie and Tulsi are for people-oriented stuff. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are basically going to be for the military-industrial complex. The media this is the media matchup that the media wants. You think they'd love a Bernie versus Trump thing, but no. They want a Biden versus Trump thing. And that's what they want. This is what they want. They really don't want Pete Buttigieg. They don't. He's boring as all hell. They want Uncle Joe, who shoots his mouth off quite often, much like the current commander-in-chief. So you've got the Democrat mouth and you've got the Republican mouth going mouth to mouth. Ew. All right, I just had a visual, and it wasn't a good one. So that's just not funny, but I had the visual. Let's just celebrate today, celebrate Uncle Joe's entry into the presidential campaign by donating $1, $2, $5, $10 to either Tulsi Gabbard or Bernie Sanders. Okay? If you haven't donated to Mike Gravel yet, you might want to pitch him $1. Imagine Mike Gravel, 88-year-old Mike Gravel, carrying a rock to the podium. Now, he's got a cane now, so I don't know how that's going to work, but imagine him getting to the podium and just blasting the warfare state. The media, they're going to have to find a way. They're going to have a kill switch on the camera and on the microphone in order to stop. And you could call him Uncle Mike or I would call him Grandpops Gravel, because he's got nothing to lose, and having him unleashed. The guy who read the Pentagon Papers into the congressional record, having him unleashed on these guys would be one of the greatest gifts to humanity and to American politics in I don't know how many years. So you got to be all on board from Mike Gravel. It would just be a great thing to have him up there. But the bottom line today is we're not worried about Uncle Joe. We're not worried about it. What we need to do is worry about issues and talk plain sense to people who may be from a different political area. The other thing I'd like to see more of is people not judging all the Trump supporters in the world, because I was one of them. Okay? And it's kind of like being a convert and saying, oh, well, they're too much of a sinner. They're too far gone, and you're not going to reach them. Guess what? Anything can happen, and people can see the light, and if you use logic and common sense in arguments like, do you want a people-oriented candidate like Tulsi Gabbard, or do you want a corporation-based candidate like Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or Pete Buttigieg? Which is it? Just throw it out there, and then let the sparks fly, and then that's when you get in there and use common sense, use aloha, be gentle, and, at the end of the day, if they're swearing at you or calling you names, then at that point you can, use a little Tulsi Iron Maiden on them and just disengage. You know what I mean? Because some people are far gone and you can't reach them. But we need to reach more than we're reaching, obviously. And we need to work as hard as we can because, folks, if this doesn't work, and I've been saying this from the beginning, it's third party time. And we'll be talking about that in the days to come if it comes to that. But yours truly, that's where I'm headed. I'm headed to a third party if this doesn't work out. And if it's not Bernie and it's not Tulsi and it's Joe or Pete or Kamala or whoever the corporate brand du jour is, then it's bye-bye, because the system does need to be completely blown up at that point. But it should have been blown up last time, so we can't waste a whole lot of time. We have to get busy. Too much is at stake, and our country is important to me. It's important to Tulsi Gabbard. It's obviously important to Bernie Sanders. I mean, he's an old guy, and he's still running for president, and God bless him. And it's even important to Mike Gravel, who wants to get out there and be a disruptor and get these issues into the spotlight. All right, give if you can, give till it hurts, but make sure you give into Tulsi or Bernie. And, Uncle Joe, not so much. By the way, he's got bundlers. He doesn't need anybody's money. It's corporations. See ya.